Reddit. What office jargon do you hate the most? The newest buzzword that everyone in my office uses is the cloud. Just put it in the cloud. We have had a server that does the same thing for years, but now everyone wants to use the cloud. That's when you rename one of your servers cloud. Problem solved. Good afternoon. Who do we have on the call? Okay, great. I pinged everyone with the agenda, so let's get started. From last week's minutes. Did marketing and biz dev roundtable on the new process improvements? Great. MMHMM. Okay, we don't need to involve the group. Go ahead and take that offline. If you could send me your updates by Cobb, that'd be great. Let's dovetail the new requirements onto that piece as well. MMHMM. Yes. Okay, super. Next up, we're set for a soft launch on the 1st of April. Do we have the resources lined up? Okay, I'll take an action to fire off a note to ops. I'll powwow with them and report back. Finally, our acquisitions group is looking to expand our presence in social media. Their goal is to engage the Facebook crowd and energize them to activate with our Twitter and G+ feeds. We're looking for conversions here, but let's make sure our list is targeted so our CPA stays reasonable. We'll loop back around on Friday for the presentation. That's it for my agenda. Questions? Comments? Concerns? Great. Thanks guys. A project manager. Shoot me. We really need to hit a home run here, guys. Being voluntold to do something makes me want to punch throats. Webinar. I prefer the term .conference. Pisses people off. I have a fantasy about starting a 80s metal band composed of 4 bassists. The album cover has the lead man in black leather pants and an animal print vest. Long greasy hair cascading down his shoulders. His posture slightly slumped with 2 fingers lightly caressing the guitar's strings. His mouth ajar and eyes half closed with sexual prowess. The band is called Let's Touch Base. We anything for that matter. We means you. I hate that. Low hanging fruit. I chuckle every time I hear that. My boss won't stop sighing finger in the dike. We wear a lot of hats here. Frick you and your hats. That just means you are too cheap to hire enough workers and bulls will roll off to me. That isn't my job. I have turned down a job offer because the guy interviewing me said that. See me. I have no idea if I fricked up royally or if you just want to discuss something. Gives me anxiety every time. New email. From boss. Subject. A quick word. Body. Blank. Not exactly jargon, but I hate acronyms. My company uses acronyms and abbreviations for everything able, respect, clasp, map, award, pat, QDM, QA, PND, VSA, DSW, ADSW, apps, DPV, DPR, SCMS, DRA, TMS. Those are just the ones that I can see on the walls and filling cabinets without getting up from my chair right now. I want to piggyback on what you were saying. Sounds ridiculous. I love the idea of businessmen piggybacking on anything, being all serious with their suits and briefcases, then bouncing around on someone's back, yelling WEEE, yeehaw, go faster. Circle back, take offline, when are we online, in a meeting, in the same room, frick you, dong jockeying. Okay, I made that one up, but it's basically when 2 idiots in a meeting are both trying to push their agenda in the meeting and neither is giving in, thus wasting time, which most meetings do successfully anyway. In our office, instead of take offline, we use put this issue in the parking lot. This leads to such soul-crushing phrases as this is a parking lot issue. Synergy. Don't badmouth Synergy, Jack Donaghy. Kindly do the needful. I will kindly do the needful once you've done your freaking job, Ramesh. Mark in some copies. Also action item. The Stevenator. Mark in copies. Yes Devo. Unless you weren't referring to the SNL sketch with Rob Schneider. I think reading this thread is going to make things worse for all of us. Now when we hear one of these things that didn't previously pee us off, we'll think of this thread, and now it will pee us off. I work with idiots, so here are some I hear constantly. I'm going to be out of the pocket, just say you'll be traveling. It sounds less idiotic. Ping dude. We're IT. That word has a specific meaning. Bandwidth, same thing as ping. It already means something. I'll shoot you an email or I'll shoot your face. Let's touch base. Let's not. Please advise, don't be passive aggressive. Ask me to help. World-class service, a statement devoid of all meaning. It is what it is, yes. The bullseye pointed out is bulls. Great observation. It's a work in progress. It's a convoluted nightmare and takes 10x longer than it needs to, but we're not going to fix it, so deal with it. All of these, but add on, work coming down the pipes, it makes it sound like we are waiting for sewage to fall on us. Guru, anyone who is supposed to be a specialist but doesn't have any real credentials is referred to as a guru on the subject that is. Data modeling guru. System-oriented architecture guru. Working hard or hardly working? Let's fast track this idea. Any type of acronym use. Pull up CI and find the EDM and create a DTC. We rolled out this new process. I swear, at some of my old client sites, I could literally walk into a meeting with no idea what I was going to contribute and then say I need to change a few things to synergize backwards overflow in key areas of the company. I'll need to draw up some proposals and touch base with legal to get the necessary approval. Expect to see some ROI within a reasonable amount of time, and then they would ask me if I want more money. You are clearly part of the problem here. I'm glad this went away, but every time I heard think outside the box I wanted to punch someone in the throat. Yes, I'll go wild with this paperwork. Let's touch base. Frick you, you frick. The correct reply would be, that's sexual harassment. Stop it. Guesstimate. It's so bad that sometimes I work it into conversations just for the novelty of saying such an obnoxious word. We need 110%. False. The maximum I can give you is 100%. At a job where I had a good relationship with my boss, I once said, that's impossible. I'm not a Starship engine. I'm a person with great hair. He called me a nerd. Guilty as charged. Hard stop. How is that different than just stopping? Let me ping you. Sorry, I'm not a router. The first actually can make sense. Hard stop. Cease all activities immediately. Do not continue any work on Project X. Stop. Cease development of new activities. Wind down current work on this project, but finish any ongoing activities. Go around the horn. More generally, relentless and unfounded positivity. While I'm not advocating for blunt rudeness or excessive sarcasm, what I can't stand is people who can't just be simple and direct when things go poorly. Instead, they have to somehow try to make it positive. Classic example that used to bother the crap out of me at my old company. When evaluating a client's performance, the printout would list strengths, areas of opportunity. For frick's sake, their weaknesses. Just call them fricking weaknesses. The appropriate phrase is strengths and weaknesses. Listing strengths and areas of opportunity doesn't make it any easier on the client when those areas of opportunity include giant fricking bar graphs showing the person that they're basically fricked in that area. The server. Everyone blames the server. It's an access point, kids. Sexual harassment. What's the matter, buddy? You don't seem on top of your game lately. I'm almost at the bottom of the page here. Don't let this novelty account die. It's one of my favorites. Happy Friday. Happy Monday. Frick you. Stat tacked onto everything. Everything is stat. I work in the OR. Why bother saying it? I hate when coworkers break a meeting with, alright, let's get back to work. Back to work? Where are we? Vacation? Oh, this one hit home. Nice. Incentivize. Hit the ground running or get all our ducks in a row. It is what it is. Really? Thanks for letting me know the current situation exists and for the reminder that reality is real. They don't think it be like it is, but it do. I despise. Circle the wagons. Someone starting any sentence with per my previous. Elevator test. Wordsmith. Button down. Sniff test. High level, low level, and while we're at it, thin, robust. Puke. Moving forward. I shudder every time I hear that crap. Net. Touch base. Reach out. And growth. But my personal favorite is when someone says, how about we do this? Which means how about you do this and I'll go hit on Deborah. She wants it, you know? Reach out is this year's most overused phrase. It is everywhere. Excuse me, but proactive and paradigm? Aren't these just buzzwords that dumb people use to sound important? Any jargon involving business cards, women as sex objects, heads on sticks, reservations at Doja, nice haircuts, Phil Collins, and video rentals. I have a movie that you'd freaking hate. At the end of the day. They love to use EOD for end of day. My old job never missed a chance to use some sweet initialism. Disgruntled cubicled punes who get mad anytime someone at work talks to them. Seriously, I'm surprised so many people freak the frick out over action item. WTF else do you want to call IT? It all annoys. The thing is, people hear this crap and then pick it up. I'm a social guy with a unique vocabulary. I take it as a point of pride that my words, usages, inflections and mannerisms are picked up by friends and co-workers. I sometimes use it for evil, too. At a past job, there was one guy, typical suit, earbud, had his weekend warrior Harley shirt and jeans on Fridays. Rest of the week, typical middle management nobody with too much ego. He loved buzzwords, like way too much. So each week, my co-workers and I would hatch up the week's new, fake, buzzword. We'd coordinate how more than one person would drop it in conversation, and hope that he would pick it up. Our triumphant victory was when the regional VP flew into town and Mr. Derpy McSutenstein said, "We're really petting the burning squirrel. Here to the honcho." And the honcho gave his WTF face. Good times. Our company has more acronyms than the military, and half of them have real life not so suitable implications. Never mind, I love a case of office giggles. I hate it when that dong in the black suit walks in like he owns the fricking place. He's always criticizing everyone, even the management. Crap, he even chokes half of the guys in charge when they frick up. I really hate it when he stands behind you wheezing all heavy through his mask. Frickin' creepy. Let's get down to brass tacks. I always thought it was brass tacks, which made no sense to me. Now that I know it's brass tacks, it still doesn't make any sense. Acronym. Most of the time, it's an abbreviation but not actually an acronym. Relevancy and competency. Relevance and competence. Leveraging. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.